This is Emma Cole and my presentation on Lev Vygotsky and his sociocultural theory. And then at the bottom, that is a picture I've added of him. Vygotsky's early life timeline. He was born on November 17th of 1896 in Orsha, Belarus, which is in Russia. His parents were Simcha Vygotsky, his father, and his mother Cecilia. His mother Cecilia was a licensed teacher, and his father Simcha was a banker. He was born into a non-religious Jewish family, and he had a big family, so brothers and sisters. His mother, Cecilia, devoted herself to homeschooling all of her children with her licensed teaching. And then in 1924, he married Rosa Simkova, and they had 2 daughters together. Vygotsky's education timeline. There was a lot that I found, and I tried to kind of summarize it. So in 1913, he began his studies at the University of Moscow. In 1917, he graduated from the University of Moscow, and he must have made a big impression during this time because in 1924, he was invited to join the Moscow Institute of Experimental Psychology. In 1924, he took part in the Second All-Russian Psychoneurological Congress. In 1926, he began working in educational psychology, which is how we know of him today in this lesson. In 1926 to 1930, he spent his years researching higher cognitive functions. During this time, in 1929, he also wrote an essay on the problem of cultural development. In 1931, he wrote an essay on pedagogy of the adolescent, and then also in 1933, there was an essay done on play and the role it has on child development. He did write a lot more as far as speech, language, and what he believed on those topics. So, Vygotsky's career. Lev Vygotsky accomplished a lot in his lifetime. Although people say he died before he was able to finish all of his work, he did give us a lot of what we still use in educational psychology today. Lev Vygotsky's theory is called the sociocultural theory. Vygotsky's theory emphasized the importance of social interaction and the way it improves a child's development. Vygotsky believed that the social and cultural exposure was important for a child's development because they cannot learn in isolation. I did add a photo here at the bottom right, Lev Vygotsky and the sociocultural theory. On this, there's a picture of him and then a quote, and it says, "We can formulate the genetic law of cultural development in the following way. Any function in the child's cultural development appears on stage twice, on 2 planes. First, it appears on the social plane, then on the psychological plane. First among people as an interphysical category, and then within the child as an intraphysical category." I added that on there because it was a quote from him and kind of shows us the importance of social and cultural development to him. Vygotsky's career theories. I kind of summarized this as well. So the zone of proximal development, or the ZPD, is what a child can do independently and what they can do with guidance. Scaffolding is the support provided to a student to accomplish a task. Play and its importance to a child's development. Vygotsky believed that play was essential for a child's development. Importance of language. Vygotsky was very passionate about importance of language development as well. To add on to the play and its importance in a child's development on here, in our textbook it says play is essential to development because it contributes to the cognitive, physical, social, and emotional well-being of children, of youth. I do highly agree with this because getting children moving is always a good thing. It can help get their brain restarted. Say if you're in class and children seem bored, we don't want that. So with this theory, just movement is good. And I'm so sorry. So these were some of the theories that Vygotsky created in his life. His mother was a licensed teacher who homeschooled all of her children, so this could have made a big influence on his life and why he chose to go in this career. Someone that may have influenced Vygotsky, Jean Piaget was alive from 1896 to 1980, so he lived a very long life. While Jean and Vygotsky had many similarities in their theories, there were differences as well. One of the biggest differences was that Vygotsky emphasized the importance of language development, while Jean ignores that issue. He says that development is universal, while Vygotsky believes many things have an effect on a child's development, such as cultural and social exposure. Vygotsky did not become as popular until after his lifetime, when other educational psychologists discovered his work and built on it. Vygotsky's late life. Unfortunately, Vygotsky passed away early in his lifetime. He died at the early age of 37 in Moscow, Russia. He died because he had tuberculosis. He left behind his legacy in educational psychology, and educators still use his work today. Vygotsky was not very well known in his lifetime, but the years following his death, a lot of his work was published on his behalf. Lev Vygotsky's influence today. So Vygotsky's theories are still being used in classrooms today. We learn about them to be able to use them in our future classrooms. Vygotsky may not have been a big influence in his short lifetime, but educational psychologists have kept his legacy alive. The zone of proximal development, scaffolding, the importance of social and cultural interaction, and many more things are still being used today. After he passed, other educational psychologists took his work and wrote books based on the theories and work that Vygotsky provided us with. In the bottom here, I did add a photo of just some of the titles of books that may have been published on his behalf. So why is it important to know Vygotsky's theories? It's important for educators to know Vygotsky's work because he came up with teaching and learning methods that we still use in the classroom today. For example, the zone of proximal development and scaffolding are important to make sure that we are meeting the needs of students while guiding them when needed. Vygotsky's work has led to even more collaborative work in the classrooms because of the zone of proximal development and scaffolding and more of his theories. Teachers are able to work together with their children instead of just giving information and expecting students to remember all of it. That was one of his things with the social and cultural, and then the zone of proximal development and scaffolding. It's just important to ensure that we meet the needs of students while also guiding them. So giving them the opportunity to work independently while also being able to jump in and help as needed. And then these are some of my sources I've cited.